Hi everyone, so I'm back with another video. So this is not pre-recorded, I am actually back from London now. So I have been back for over a week now, I think. 2 weeks. I've been back 2 weeks. So this isn't a pre-recorded video like the last few were. So this is my August reading wrap up. I am tired. I have been to museums, I have been to Doctor Who shops, I have been to For the Love of Fantasy, I have been to the cinema, I have been everywhere. I have been to a tailor. I am tired. So I've read 6 books in August, which is fairly good considering where I've been. I went to the Batman exhibition. So my hair looks gross because I've not washed it. Considering. So yeah. So I'm just gonna get started. So first book I read was on my Kindle, and it's Scary Stories to Tell, Classic Tales of Horror and Suspense Based on True Events by Stephen M. Knight. I gave this 3 stars. I think we all know how this works. If you don't know how a reading wrap-up works by now. So this is just short stories about different true stories. So all of the stories were good. The best one was the Demon House, which showed the harrowing events for the family. And it's the most memorable out of them all. The others were fairly okay. Not really much to say on that one. I wouldn't really read it again. The second one I read was physically. I only read 3 books physically this month. Was Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is about a very Fleetwood Mac style band. I gave this 4 stars. So this is about the albums that they create and stuff, about like going on stage and the tours and whatnot. This is written in an interview style, so it flicks from point of view to point of view of every band member and the tour crew and managers and people like that. Sliding out of its dust jacket. So it has got good reads on my phone. It has a very choppy writing style, so it switched perspectives very quickly and very often due to being written like an interview. I wouldn't necessarily recommend reading it physically. I would recommend having it read audibly. It would work better. It is basically the story of Fleetwood Mac with the names changed. And the name of the band and the songs changed. It is the lyrics have changed, everything, but it is basically Fleetwood Mac. If you like Fleetwood Mac, you would like this. But that is all it is. I can't really say that much. I would read it again, but I wouldn't read it physically. That's the reason why it's a 4 star. I just would not ever read it in this format. It would have to be an audiobook. Yeah. So I am actually unhauling this because I don't see the point of keeping it on my shelf if I'm never going to reread it like this. Next one I read was The Bargainer. No, the first one in the Bargainer series by Laura Flatter, which is Rhapsodic. So this is a dark fantasy romance between a siren and the bargainer. She owes him countless favours. So Calypso is the siren with a very big problem, one that stretches her arm far into the past. for the last 7 years she's been wearing a bracelet of black beads up her wrist with magical IOUs for favours she once received. Only death or repayment will fully fill her obligations to the bargainer. So, I gave this 4 stars. It was an amazing love story with great romance and equal development of both Callie and Des. There's also a sense of danger and adventure jumping from the main human world to the other world, which is the fantasy world within the book. I read this on my Kindle. It was a good start to a series, and it has so much more to offer, and the fantasy world was very, very well constructed. Then I read Not a Happy Family by Shari Lapena. So this is a thriller. So in this family, everyone's keeping secrets, even the dead. So it's in the wealthy enclave of Brecon Hill, and an older couple is brutally murdered. And it's hours after the Easter dinner with their 3 adult children. They each stand to inherit millions. They were never a happy family thanks to their vindictive father and neglectful mother, but perhaps one of them is more disturbed than anyone knew. Did someone snap after that dreadful evening, or did another person appear late that night with the worst of intentions? I gave this 3 stars. The killer was way too easy to guess. I got it within the first fourth of the book after the murder had happened. I'd already figured it out. I knew who did it, knew how they did it. All the plot twists were very predictable. It just wasn't a good thriller. It was very Knives Out-y, which I love Knives Out. I didn't like this, so this is going. Can't really say much. It was okay in the writing style, but not in execution. Then I read City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare. This is the 5th book in the Mortal Instruments series. I am slowly making my way through Cassandra Clare's Shadowhunter world. I do have Swordcatcher on the shelf over there, which you can't see it because it's behind the camera, but it's on this side of the camera. So, I can't really give you a synopsis without spoiling the entire series. So I'm not going to, because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. So, I did not write a review for this. Shit. Whoops. Okay, I'm just going to give you a rundown then. I didn't actually write a review. Whoopsies. I thought I did. That's this brain. This is the Fibro Brain Frog. See? Fibro Brain Frog. Playing it again. So, I gave this 4 stars. And it was very enjoyable. Not as enjoyable as some of the others I've read. The 3rd was the worst, but hey ho. I've mentioned that before. Oh, did I? Did I read the 3rd this year? I think I did. I don't know. This was really good. I quite like the character dynamics throughout this. It's got really good character dynamics. Seeing the different side to Jace in this was interesting. Also seeing Sebastian Valak kind of develop a little bit more as Jonathan. So even though he's still mentioned as Sebastian, he's actually Jonathan. I still don't like Jocelyn. I don't think I ever will. Clara's mother. I don't really like Clara either. I still find her really whiny. But she did kind of come into her own in this one, and I'll give her a little bit of credit for that. Alec and Magnus's relationship really takes a weird turn in this, but it develops quite well. I'm not going to remember this and write it all down, by the way. I am just giving you a rundown of what my brain is doing. I know I'm going to write a review after this for my own logs. Yeah, it developed really well. of course you have like the normal fights that everyone has in a relationship, but it's like they kind of came to an agreement. I've seen Camille and Raphael a little bit more. I could have done with more of them, but having them in here was really good because it lacked that in the show. The show really didn't do this justice, and I'm annoyed. And that's all I have to say. This I'm keeping. I'm unhauling 2 books yet again. I'm on an unhaul roll. Yet those piles ain't going down because I had to make 2 more stacks. And I have another book haul to do, so, you know, things. But yeah, I gave City of Lost Souls 4 stars. And then I read on my Kindle A Strange Hymn, which is the second book in the Bargainer series by Laura Thalassa. So I gave this one 4 stars again. So this leaves... Again, I can't give you a synopsis because I'll spoil it. I'll spoil the ending of the first one. So, my review's got to spoil the end of the first one. I'll have to cut my review down as well. So the character development was really good from both the characters, and seeing them adjust to the new life, to what happens at the end of the first one. That's the best way of putting it. And the way the relationship develops and still has its human faults, but still was a really good relationship. It's not toxic. It just has human faults. The plot was good and it added a lot more to the world. I mean, more could have been added, but it still had a lot more. From the previous, it gave more to how the magic system works. And how these curses work. Not spoil it. I would have, but I actually said what I've said in my review. And how like the curses work and how they have to kind of use that. Sorry. But yeah, so I gave that one 4 stars as well. So overall it's been a pretty decent reading month. So what I am currently reading is Mercury and Me by Jim Hutton, physically. I have not got one put on my Kindle because I've not started it yet, but that will be the 3rd one in the Bargainer series. And my audiobook is still Persuasion by Jane Austen. I have nearly finished it. I've only got 2 chapters left. So that'll be finished either tonight or tomorrow, depending on when I'm in the mood to do that. Audiobooks do take me a little bit to get through, but I do use them. So yeah, that's my wrap up. I can now put these in my unhaul pile in my other room and get them out of here. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. And I shall be back with another book haul. Smaller than the last one, but nevertheless still another book haul. Bye.